Welkom terug. Ons gesels vanaand oor die impak van die inperking op die kunste. Musici moes tydens die inperking of hulle instrumente wegpak en wag tot hulle weer voor 'n gehoor kan speel of 'n alternatiewe manier kry om hulle musiek na hulle gehore te bring. Verskeie plaaslike en internasionale kunstenaars het hulle na virtuele konserte en uitvoerings gewend. Bongani Tembe, uitvoerende en artistieke direkteur van albei die KwaZulu-Natalse en Johannesburgse Filharmoniese Orkeste, sluit ook nou via Skype by my aan. Hallo Bongani.
Goeienaand, Kapos and the listeners.
Baie lekker om jou ook te sien. Bongani, you have been with the KZN Philharmonic for about 26 years. Have you ever had to face a dilemma like we are facing now?
Well, nothing of this scale and really nothing compared to this. And I think in our generation, we will not see anything like this again.
You have been quite renowned for the way that you handle funding, Bongani. Do you think that is why it's going quite well with you? Can I say that? Or was it drastic measures that were put in place once you heard about the lockdown?
Well, yes, God has been kind to us over the past 26 years at the KZN Philharmonic, but I must say that this is a very challenging time. We are lucky that we get our funding from all three levels of government, but as you know, government coffers are stressed, so there are really, really serious challenges right now.
A lot of us saw the beautiful Amazing Grace video. Tell us how that came about and what other plans you made to make sure that your loyal audiences still see your talent.
Yes, when COVID hit, we decided that it was important to keep the musicians engaged and secondly, to keep our audiences engaged as well. So we did that Amazing Grace video, which the musicians shot from their homes. And the purpose was also to thank healthcare workers, frontline workers, and it did very well. It went viral. Even Reuters called us and distributed it around the world. Since then, we've done 5 or 6 such videos, and we are planning to even do education videos to help kids at school.
You can be very philosophical and, of course, quite excited about the role that the arts and especially classical music plays in the world. Why is it so important that we still support classical music and that we still, that you still bring it to audiences?
Well, it is important. Classical music is incredibly important. I'm not implying that it is more important than other art forms, but this is the art form that I've studied and pursued. And I think it's a noble art form. I think it's got also a lot of good foundations. When you study music theory, you study ear training and those skills, you can translate them into jazz, to African music and other forms of art. So, but it is something that is satisfying. Often the libretto and the poems accompanying it are uplifting. We can learn from it. We can reflect ourselves through it. It's a wonderful art form.
Yes, and the South African youth, they're very talented, isn't it?
Talent in South Africa is incredible. They are very, very talented. And we work with a few youth orchestras as well. And we've got a national cadetship program where we go around the country to really identify talented artists, bring them to Durban and nurture them. And it's wonderful that we're working with great talent.
And these programs, how have they been affected by the pandemic? Do you still get to see the youth?
Well, the pandemic has affected us greatly. And both the Johannesburg and the KwaZulu-Natal Philharmonic Orchestras, we've had to cancel our winter season in May, June. And we've also had to cancel our early spring symphony season in August, September. And so it's been very, very difficult. But we are trying to be innovative and be creative in terms of communicating and engaging our audiences. And I'm delighted we did a live concert for the National Arts Festival in Grahamstown and actually won an award for it.
Yeah, that's absolutely fantastic. Now, you are the ever optimist, and I'm sure that it's a full-time role to keep everybody's morale up, the audiences and the musicians. How do you see the future, Bongani? What is your best-case scenario?
Well, the best-case scenario is that orchestras in South Africa continue to thrive, that they are supported by business, private sponsors, and government. And as I said, there are many skills, particularly when young people learn an instrument. There are many skills embedded in that. They learn discipline, they learn, they enhance their hearing skills, and also they learn to work with one another. And all these skills are important, not just for music, but for life itself.
Have you had any funders that have withdrawn funding by now?
Well, as I said, the private sponsors, we worked very well with the Rupert Music Foundation. They have not done so. The Oppenheimer Memorial Trust, individual people have donated. But as I said, government is experiencing, it's a tough economic times. And so I would not be surprised if some of the funding is reduced there.
Well, we're holding thumbs and thanks for all the great work that you do. Bly ingeskakel net hier na gesels ek met Shaal Besuidenhout van die World Art Gallery in Kaapstad.